Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, I've just got off the phone with a car trader friend of mine and he's offered me a great car for stock. He's offered me a 2015, a late 2015 65 reg BMW X3 2-litre diesel automatic M Sport X-Drive. Quite a long model name, isn't it? But they are really popular cars, these. I've agreed to buy it from him for £8,500, which I think is quite a good price. There should be quite a healthy profit margin here. I had a quick look on Auto Trader this morning and they're going for between £11,000 and £12,000, so there should be maybe a £3,000 profit margin. Obviously I'll need to prepare it, it's due a service, an MOT and whatever else they find, so that can quickly eat into my profit, but for the gross profit margin, at least we're starting out strong, so I've got half a chance. It's also quite a good colour combination. It's dark grey metallic with a black leather interior, and yeah, it just looks right being the M Sport. I've always been a fan of this era of X3. I think it's way better than the Mark 1 X3 that it replaced. That wasn't a great looking car, was it? But this generation, I think looks a whole lot better. This one's done 100,000 miles, which sounds quite high, doesn't it? But it's a 10-year-old car now, isn't it? So I suppose it's kind of average mileage. 10 or 12,000 miles a year is what most people do. So 100,000 miles isn't too bad. Plus the fact it's got good service records, so hopefully I'm on the right track. I haven't actually seen this car in person yet, but I've seen photographs and it looks pretty decent. I think it needs some wheel refurbs, so I'll have to take it over to Prestige Wheels in Bredbury and get those refurbished. There's a little bit of curb rash, but apart from that, it does look very tidy. I did a review with one of these many years ago and I remember singing its praises. I think, off memory, that was just a 2-litre as well. Now, I'd always recommend going for the 3-litre because it's just got more about it, but the 2-litre is pretty decent. It's very good on fuel. You do have to watch out for timing changes though, so it's essential it's had regular oil changes. Otherwise, you can be facing a £2,000 bill for a new chain. Anyway, it's been dropped off for me and we're not too far away from it, so I thought we'd go and have a look around it together. Hopefully I've got some profit here. I could do with it, to be honest. Right, I shall see you there. See you soon. Right, well I've just picked up the keys for it. And when I say keys, I mean llaves, keys plural. And it's been parked in the car park for me. So we're looking now for a grey BMW X3. I'm quite excited about this actually. Quite like the X3. And of course I'm quite excited about the thought of a couple of £1,000 profit, hopefully. Although I should know better than to count my chickens, shouldn't I really? There it is. Yorkshire car then. YK65 FLZ. Right. Well, that looks alright, you know. Like I said, I do wish it was the 3-litre because I much prefer driving the 3-litre, but then the 2-litre is better on fuel. That looks quite nice though. Oh, it is crying out for some wheel refurbs. They look very scruffy. From what I can see though, apart from needing a good clean, it is quite tidy. Right, I think I've got some profit there, ladies. What did I just say about counting my chickens? Right, before we go any further then, let me just check this out on Car Vertical. Make sure it's all clear. Now it's really easy to use. All you do is go to carvertical.com and type in the reg or the VIN. Now in this case we know the reg is Yankee Kilo 65 Foxtrot Lima Zulu and then check vehicle. And what this does then is it checks databases in like 35 different countries. So it'll tell us if it's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage rollback or has a standing finance on it. But it's even more thorough than that as well because you get a full detailed report. So it'll tell you things like the ownership changes, the reg plate changes, the MOT history, colour changes, anything like that. As we'll soon see. See, it doesn't take long and it isn't expensive, and it's cheaper still if you use my promo code HIGHPEAK. That's HIGHPEAK all one word, HIGHPEAK, and you'll save yourself 20% off each and every check that you do. And you can use that promo code as many times as you like. Right, and the report's back. So it's BMW X3. We've got the reg plate there. It's diesel, 2015, 2 owners found. No issues with the mileage, so it's never been rolled back. No outstanding finance, no recorded accident damage, and no recorded theft. So that's all clear. Now the last known mileage then was, we've got this little graph here. Last known mileage was 102 and that was in August. Let's go down a bit further. The average market price for such a vehicle, look at this, £12,200. That's good. Remember I paid £8,500 for this, so with a service, fresh MOT, wheel refurbs, I don't know if I can spend maybe £1,000 on this car. There should be £2,500 profit left. That's good going. It is a BMW X3 X-Drive 2-litre D, so that's all-wheel drive, automatic 4-cylinder, B47. Am I right in thinking the B47 is the more reliable one? Is it the N that you want to avoid? I think. Is it the N47? Or have I just made that up? The last owner's had it since 2016. It's had a private plate. Then we've got MOT history, MOT history. Ah, okay. So its last MOT was in August this year, and there were a few advisory items. Near side front suspension arm pin or bush worn. Offside front suspension arm pin or bush worn. Offside front play and steering rack inner joints. Okay. So we'll run it through a fresh MOT then, and clear up all those advisory items. I suppose we better have a look around it, hadn't we, and then take it for a drive. First though, I need to park up somewhere. In fact, I'll put this on charge. May as well make use of the public charging station while I'm here. Right, let's stick this thing on charge then. It's really expensive to charge this in a public charger, but I don't have a socket in my apartment building. It costs something like £18 to get 50 miles out of this on a public charger. So it's literally cheaper to run the old 5-litre V8, which is mental, isn't it? Anyway, it's better for the environment, or so we're told. Right, well here we are then. So it's a good colour. We've got privacy glass. The tread on the rear tyres looks quite good. Single exhaust being the 2-litre. It's quite a good looking small SUV though, isn't it, this? The proportions are very good. This being the M Sport, it sits a bit better and you get things like the nice little roof bars. These wheels are a mess though. I don't think I've seen wheels this bad in a very long time. So I'll run this over to Prestige Wheels in Bredbury and get them refurbished. But the tyres are okay. This one is a, what's the brand? Can't see the brand. Oh, it's a Goodyear. It's a Goodyear on about 4 mil of tread. That's not too bad. We've got the badges here. I'm just doing a quick sort of cursory look over it really. The panel gaps are good. No sign of any paint. Paintwork all looks original. No dents that I can see. All looks quite straight down the panels. We've got an M Sport badge there. I don't think that should be there, to be honest. That might be an eBay special. We've got another Goodyear tyre on the front on about 6 mil of tread. These wheels are a shame because they would have been nice. They're like two-tone. So the front have got a polished edge and then the inside bit is grey, which does look quite nice. Should pull this out really, shouldn't I, so I can get a proper view of it, but it looks alright. Headlamps don't need a polish, or at least that one doesn't. You can do the very good clean. It's full of dust. You probably can't see this on the camera, but it's pretty minging. It has got its original Williams plates. This all looks alright. Taillights aren't cracked or chipped. That's good. Roof isn't dented, it's just filthy. Third brake light is fine. On this side we've got another matching Goodyear on about 4 mil of tread. Look at the state of this wheel though. I think we're going to have to pick one solid colour as well, so maybe a grey, I don't know. We'll see what Prestige say, see what they recommend. Because I'd be very surprised if they could get them back up to you know, the factory standard, because they just look too far gone really. I think they're going to have to be powder coated. Last but not least, then this tyre is another Goodyear on about 5 mil, so that's good. We've got Xenon. Have we got Xenons? No Xenons, but we do have headlamp wash. Okay. Well, so far, so good. Let's have a look. We've got a power tailgate. We do. Well, the inside looks far cleaner than the outside. What have we got under here? Battery. So it looks nice and clean, actually. Got the load liner there, parcel shelf. Power tailgate's a good option. Look, sounds a bit creaky. Inside is immaculate. A little bit of wear here on the trim, but it looks very clean. Those back seats look like they've never been sat in. We've got a sunroof as well. Just hope that that blind isn't jammed. Just hope someone's closed it halfway. This looks very clean actually. Up front, We've got manual seats, which I don't like manual seats. Why don't they just put electric seats in? The front needs a quick vacuum out, but it's quite clean. Now, this should have a digital service record rather than a book. What have we got here? We've got the owner's handbook. Sat nav. Oh, we've only got the small screen, unfortunately. They do the small screen like this or the widescreen. I don't know why they bother with this. Just looks a bit cheap. So there's no service book on this era of BMW, which is a bit annoying. It's all built into the iDrive system. Let me just show you how this works. We put the ignition on. It's done 103,000 miles. Oh, what's that bong? Tyre pressure low, stop carefully. And low fuel, 11 miles. So let's go into the sub menu here then. So menu. Okay. We want vehicle information. Vehicle status. There we go, they're my warnings. Service requirements. So everything's okay then. I'll give it a fresh oil and filter anyway, just for peace of mind. Service history. So it was done in 2016, BMW, at 10,000 miles, then again at 2018 at 40, so there's a bit of a gap there. I was told this had very good service history, so I'm guessing there will be some receipts to go along with that. Because it stands, 2 from BMW isn't great, really. Yeah, the blind works, that's good. Perfect. Right, that's all good. That's how you break things, isn't it? Got a hairline crack there in the handbrake button. That's quite a common issue. It is all quite clean though, this. No wear on the steering wheel. We've got a chunky M Sport wheel. All the doors open. We're not in an Evoque, are we, with a dodgy latch? Right. Let's have a look under the bonnet then, shall we? Just as a thought, it's all covered in plastic and stuff, so you can't really see. But it's nice and honest. Everything looks original. Headlamps are original. The dates match, so that's good. So it's never had a whack. Everything looks quite straight. Chassis legs are straight. It's hard to see, but I can't see any signs of any leaks, any oil leaks or anything. It's all quite dry from what I can tell. Have a look under here. Can't really tell much, can you? Why's my tailgate just open? Have I lent on the key there? Not bought a haunted X3, have I? Maybe I lent on the key fob while I was under the bonnet. Keep our eye on that. Don't have to call the priest, do I? Well, this looks okay then. Basically, I'm just looking for signs of tampering, signs of leaks, but we're all good. I think we should probably get this out on the road then. Stick some diesel in it and see what it's like. Okay then, right, so let's get this X3 on the road, shall we? We'll fire her up. Sounded all right, apart from the warning light there for low diesel, low tyre pressure. Cheapo manual seats, so all the lights are coming on now. Side light failure, low fuel, low tyre pressure. Right, so we need a bulb, some air, and some diesel. Sounds all right. Handbrake off. And we are away. We've got no rear camera. Feels like quite a nice car though, this. This is the kind of thing that I should probably run around in myself because it's nice. Still modern enough, you've still got Bluetooth hands-free. Sensible on fuel. It's not too flashy. And unlike many BMWs of old, it's nice and easy to drive. The steering's on the light side, so it's not too stiff. Yeah, I quite like this. Feels quite solid over the bumps. Don't know what those advisory items were, because you can't hear any noises from the rack or anything. Usually when the rack's worn, you can hear it sort of knocking when you turn the steering wheel side to side. But on this, you cannot. Pulls well. It's a little bit stiff, but then BMWs are generally, aren't they? This feels like quite a nice car, really. So, £8,500 it owes me. The wheel refurb is going to cost me £250, £300 at Prestige. That'll take me up to 8.8. The service and MOT is going to cost me at least £250. That's going to take me to just over 9. The valet is going to cost me 70, so there's 9.1. Maybe it might need some other bits doing for its MOT, because I don't want to sell this with any advisory items. I'd like to make sure everything's attended to. So maybe, I think if I give myself £1,000 budget, I think that's more than healthy on something like this. My boot lid hasn't popped open again, so I don't think we need an exorcist. So yeah, we should be on budget, really. If it owes me 9.5 and I can sell it for 11,995 maybe, then there is a decent profit margin, which you need. As you've seen on many videos, it's not always plain sailing this job, so you've got to make hay while the sun shines. But this feels nice. It feels like a nice car. My brother had one of these actually this was a 2015, and that was a 2 litre as well. He had it for, I don't know, 6 months or so. He swaps his cars a lot. He came out of a 2.2 diesel Evoque, which was averaging about 30 miles per gallon, or 35 or something, into one of these, and he got something like 45 miles per gallon out of it. So he was well impressed with it. And I used it a few times, and it was a nice car, that. Same as this. That was only an SE though, I think, but he'd have much preferred this one. I think then, ladies and gents, that's all we can do for now. So I'm going to run this down to my mechanics for a service and MOT, then get it over to Prestige for its wheel refurb, and then take it from there. Busy today, cars flying here, there and everywhere. There we go. It accelerates nicely though, feels nice and nippy. And yeah, 103,000 miles isn't too high really, is it, for a 10-year-old car? I think this is the kind of thing that should sell quite quickly, really. It's not the greatest of spec. I'd have liked the big screen, I'd have liked a reverse camera, I'd have liked xenons, but it's a nice colour combination. You've still got heated seats and a power tailgate, so it's not all bad. If you're wondering what I'm doing there, I thought I could hear a slight wheel bearing noise, but I don't think I can. I think it's probably just the run flat tyres. Oh, this is alright. Quite impressed. I bought far worse for £8,500, let me tell you. Right, anyway, let me crack on with the list, and I'll have an update for you very soon. See you in a bit. And we're back in my cheap BMW X3, which is now all fully sorted and ready for sale. And I think you'll agree, it looks really good. When you last saw this car at the start of this video, it looked a bit scruffy. It was dirty, the wheels were a mess, it was overdue a service, it needed MOT. It just looked a bit sorry for itself. But now, after a week and a few £100s, I've turned it around. After we last spoke, I took this down to my mechanic for a service, MOT and general check over. And a couple of days later, my mechanic called me to say, right, your X3's done, it's a minter. And as you well know from watching these videos over the years, that doesn't happen all that often. So I've had a bit of a result, really. They gave it a thorough check over, gave it a minor service, and then ran it through an MOT, and it passed with flying colours. It sailed through its test with not a single advisory item. So yeah, like I say, bit of a result. So at that point I had a mechanically sound BMW X3, but it still looked a bit sorry for itself. So I picked it up from there and took it over to Prestige Wheels to have the wheels refurbished. If you remember, they were a bit of a mess. They looked very scruffy. Some had curb rash, but primarily they'd corroded. The lacquer had lifted and they just looked a bit of a mess. So I dropped it off at Prestige and they stripped them. I think they leave them in a tank overnight to completely strip them. And then they repair them and then powder coat them, and they look as good as new. 3 days later I went to collect it and I was amazed with the results. Sometimes when wheels are badly corroded, the results aren't 100%, but on this occasion they look great. It was obviously just surface corrosion rather than anything deep. So from there I dropped it off at Tameside Detailing for a thorough valet, and it's cleaned up really nicely. I mean, it was clean-ish, it just needed a thorough detail, which it's now had, and it looks really nice. You know, I walked towards this morning to go and film with it, and I thought I'd be quite proud to have that sitting on my driveway. It's a good looking car. I particularly like it in this colour in M Sport trim. It just looks the part. So when it was ready at Tameside Detailing a day later, I picked it up, got it back to work, fitted some new reg plates that I ordered from Harrods. So it's now got some high peak autos liveried plates, which I think lift it a little bit. The original plates were now 10 years old and just looked a little bit faded. So now with brand new plates, it really looks the part. I've now photographed it and advertised it, and Auto Trader suggested that this was worth something like £11,800. So I've put it on at 11,695, which says good price. So I'm hoping it should sell quite quickly. I'll get a bit of profit, well, a decent bit of profit actually on this occasion, and then I can reinvest the money into something else. That is the name of the game, isn't it? Buy, fix, sell, and then repeat. It's as simple as that. I'm not entirely sure what I've spent on this car, but I don't think it's an awful lot. Now, I paid £8,500 for it. I can't remember if I gave myself a budget. Sometimes at the start of these videos, I give myself a budget, which more often than not is a complete waste of breath. I don't know whether I did on this occasion. I should have watched the footage back really, just to check. But anyway, I paid £8,500 for it. I don't think I've spent much more than, well, we'll soon find out, won't we? What I'm going to do now is park up somewhere scenic, go through my costs, and we'll work out how much potential profit I've got. See you in a second. Right then, here we'll do. Somebody just stood there looking at the cows, which is a bit odd. Lock my doors in case he's a serial killer. Right, let me get my calculator out. We'll turn off the engine. So, I paid £8,500 for the car. Let me just get my bills up. The bill at my mechanics for a service and MOT was £224.26. Then what? Oh, the wheel refurbs. So, the wheel refurbs at Prestige Wheels cost me £330, and they've done a really good job. So shout out Prestige there for that. I do honestly think now these wheels will sell this car. Anyone that comes to look at it will see the wheels, see how bright and shiny they are, and think, that looks pretty good. What else did we do? £70 for a valet, and then we've got £15 for some reg plates. I think that was it, wasn't it? So my grand total then for this cheap X3 is £9,139.26. So if we can get 11.5 for it, minus the 9.2 that it owes me, should leave me a profit margin of £2,300, which is really good going actually. I'd be over the moon with that. £2,300, yeah, just about 20% profit. That's decent. That is really decent. Normally, well, you've seen many of these videos. Lots of these videos I lose a little bit of money or break even or maybe make 500 quid or £1,000. So to make £2,000 or £2,300 would be a big result. You've got to really take the wins in this job as and when they present themselves. It isn't always this easy. I think I just got lucky with this one. Anyway, I'm going to get this to work now then, put it on the forecourt and hopefully find a new home for it. But yeah, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. I'll leave the links below. And yeah, see you next time. Cheers guys.